I was never a big fan of Grappling in AD&D 2nd edition. I just did not like the rules at all. As a Dungeon Master, what do? You make your own. I'm going to share my homebrew grappling system for AD&D 2nd edition with you. I turned grappling into a non-weapon proficiency, meaning it's treated like other skills. Grappling in my game is an attack, and it follows the basic process of attack, but with a twist. Before making the dice roll, the player will say what part of the body their character is focused on, meaning what part of the body is the character trying to get a hold of. Your grappling will be using your normal Thaco, but it gets a +2 to attack, so whatever your Thaco is, lower it by 2, and that number is the number, that is the Thaco for this grappling attack. When the character succeeds in getting a hold of the body, a grappling check is then made. If the character succeeds, the character locks on to that body part. Now, more options will open up to the character. But on the other hand, if they fail, the target shakes them off right away before the next round starts. But as I said, if the character succeeds, they get more options. Let's start. Here are the options. Just hold. The character could just be grappling to hold the target in place. The target cannot defend during this time, but if another character attacks the target while they are being held, that character must make an attack roll. The character can still fumble on a 1 or double the damage on a 20. The target's AC gets a -4 in this situation. Some defense remains. The target is awake and struggling. Next, chokehold. First, your character must be realistically capable of choking the target this way. If the dice roll succeeds, the character gets a hold that is choking the target. The character must maintain that chokehold for the next 2 rounds. After the character succeeds to check on the 3rd round, the target passes out. If the character maintains the hold, the monster will die in 1d4 rounds. Next, hurt. The character can simply aim to damage the target, twist the arm or leg, bite it, punch it, or whatever. If any of this is done to a target that the character has locked onto, it does 1d6 plus 1 damage. Strength pluses to damage can be added. Now we move on from the options, and we'll talk about those following rounds. Every round following the round the hold was locked on, the target loses initiative because the character controls combat at this stage, and the character must make a grappling check and succeed to maintain their grip. If the character fails in any round, the target shakes them off right away. Finally, we get to the last part, whiplash. Some targets are capable of throwing you hard, fast, and far when you fail to lock your hold on to that target. You must roll a dexterity check at -4 to avoid being thrown. Basic damage is either 1d4 or 1d6, plus 1 to 4 terrain damage, which is decided by the Dungeon Master. It could be a +1 to 4 onto that dice roll for damage to the character who is being thrown. An example of basic damage. The bugbear gets a hold of you and throws you hard into a tree. Then we get to what we call epic damage, which can be from 1d6 to 1d8 and +1 to +8 decided by the Dungeon Master to that dice roll. An example of epic damage. You hang on to the dragon's tail. The dragon swings you into a rock wall. Okay, well that's it for the rule. Anyway, listen back if you want. Again, make some notes if this interests you, or maybe it inspires you to make something for your own game. Anyway, for now, take care. You know what you can do? You can hit the like button. You can share the video. Oh, and there's another button you can press. That one that lets you subscribe to my channel for more content. Oh yeah, there's that bell thing. You can press that so you know when I've uploaded a new video right away.